This On, Season 3, Episode 40, where we watched Love Island, Season 2, Episode 1. I'm Chris Lorenz.
I'm Harrison Hoffman.
Noah Singer.
Robert Kitts.
Caroline Flax.
Love Month is not hitting me, Max.
Not
you
feeling the love?
really you picked like Chris Torture Month. I love it.
I didn't pick any of this. People told me it was Love Month. I didn't pick it.
It's Love Month, Chris.
It is Love Month. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you, Noah, for explaining why it's Love Month.
Happy
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, Chris.
Happy Valentine's Day, Chris.
Oh, thank you.
Chris, will you be my Valentine?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I winked at him. It doesn't really come through on audio.
If you turn the volume way up, you can hear the wink.
Yeah.
Rob, give us a show description for this one.
Do you fancy enjoying your very own long, hot summer of romance? Once again, our islanders will take up residence in a spectacular luxury villa in the hope of finding love. But to stay on the island, they need to couple up, and more importantly, win the hearts of the public. If you think you got what it takes, we want to hear from you straight away. That's Love Island on ITV.com.
Wow.
The show's terrible. Terrible.
It's right out of the gate, Chris.
You got to hold off on the ratings, Chris.
I was a little quick.
I can't.
The thing about this show is we kind of have done this show on the pod before.
It feels very familiar.
There's-
There is a wrinkle difference, I think.
Well, should we start with the similarity or should we start with the wrinkle?
Do it.
This show, what the show is just single people trying to hook up and bang.
AKA
Yes, we have done a show like that before.
No, I'm just
Bachelor
every show.
in Paradise.
Yeah,
Also known as BIP.
but these people here aren't here for love.
What?
They're not here for love.
Are they not here for the right reasons?
They definitely are not.
What? Get
They're
them out
here
of here.
for money.
Are you telling me? Well, yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. But I thought you were going to tell me that people on BIP are there for the right reasons.
No, they're not.
No.
But the show makes it seem like they're there for love.
So
for
I've
love.
I've never actually watched BIP. Thank God. It seems like I really dodged a bullet there. I have watched season 1 of this the right way. There's a wrong way and a right way, and I rather enjoyed season 1.
We'll have to get into this
yeah.
right way, wrong
Yeah.
way. There might be some minutia though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Max, to clarify, you've watched season 1 of Love Island.
Yes.
Every episode?
We'll come back to that.
Oh, whoa. Hey, buddy.
Okay, so the show, it starts off, introduces 5 women, and then they'll stand up in a line, and a guy will come out one at a time and gets to pick one of the women as like to couple up.
But also before that,
yeah,
the
yeah.
women
Well,
express who they're interested in.
The
but
women
the guy
get
can choose
to
whatever.
talk and figure out if they're interested in the guy or not.
The
Then they
women influence the situation, is I think how they phrased it.
influence the situation is correct. After there was 5 guys, there was a wrinkle thrown into the situation with another guy came, and
Daniel.
Daniel. We'll get to the minutia of who all these people
His
are.
name is Minutia.
Dan, the man of man.
I don't
did
think
I
we
mention
know
anyone
all
else's
the names.
Let's move on.
He's the only name I know.
Then after all 11 people are announced, like they just kind of hang out all day. We get to see them talk and banter and whatever, and then they go to bed in double beds or whatever together as couples, and then they wake up in the morning and they're just mingling more, and that's the whole show.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. The beds aren't double beds.
I mean,
They're
you know,
they're big beds.
They're
full
queens, maybe.
Queen.
I
Yeah,
think
queen.
they're,
Okay.
they're probably full beds.
But the couples have to sleep together.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry,
All
got
good.
a little tongue tied.
All good. We
Which,
gotcha.
all things considered, is it minutia time?
Sure.
Okay, so they're sleeping together on the first night, which is by far not the craziest thing we've watched on this podcast. We've seen a show where people get married on the first night. We've seen a show where people bang on the first night. That's
yeah.
Ex on the Beach.
No,
UK.
I don't think it's wild. It's just a part of the show.
Sure, yeah. It's just like kind of weird to. Yeah,
Like,
It's kind of weird that there's really no option, especially because like at least one of the couple on there like we're kind of just together by default.
Sure.
And there are people who are kind of mixed up because of stealing pics and things like that. So
Which we'll get it.
this is a British show.
right.
it is.
So the whole expectations of what is normal and not normal in terms of like nudity and sex stuff is on a whole other scale than we can comprehend.
Yeah,
Our little Puritan society cannot handle the flesh and vulgar of these British reality
All right.
shows.
Let's roll it back here.
Okay.
The intro of the whole point of this show is that at the end of 6 weeks, the public votes for their favorite couple, and that couple wins £50,000. That's the show. That's why people are here, presumably.
Hella money.
That's a lot of money. So, now there's a lot of dead air.
sorry. Yeah, there's not that much to talk about. The pilot didn't have that much going on.
No, but like, so how many of these people? So in this episode, they didn't really talk about the money all that much. None of the people on the show really mentioned it.
I don't think the money is that. It's not that vital to the show. It's only like $50K. That's not that much.
£50,000. It's like $100,000.
No, I mean, especially right after Brexit. No.
But I mean, it's material enough where for 6 weeks of work, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
All right.
We watched season a couple of years ago. This is, Brexit hadn't really had taken effect yet, so £50,000 is more than it is now.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's material for most people.
But okay, on the first season, people are not really. They are concerned about winning. They are not concerned about the money. Is how I felt personally. They just wanted to be like Britain's next big couple.
Oh, interesting.
But it was season 1.
It was season 1. Yeah.
What like do you get like that title along with it?
Who knows?
That would be great.
So an interesting thing about this show, as they introduce all the people, so this first episode of the season 2, there's a decent amount of intro. They're showing shots. They're definitely from everyone's Facebook page for every single person they introduce.
Yep.
It's a heavy like Facebook kind of influence to this. And it's like, are these people already social media influencers that they've pulled onto the show, or are they trying to make these people social media influencers? 'Cause
No.
there's definitely a social media push in episode 1 going on.
They're definitely trying to set them up like they're these influencers and that they're kind of famous and that like they're doing kind of like fake paparazzi sort of stuff. But, like doesn't really make any sense.
I'm on, like they definitely post their photos as such, but they show their Instagram accounts and you could see their followers on each of them. Most of them didn't have more than 1,000 followers or so. So I don't think they're influencers. I also think if they'd wanted you to follow them, they would have done like at whatever throughout the show, and they did none of that.
I feel like that they did. I feel like that there's a lot of people followed them because unlike American reality shows, all of these people had their phones on them. So I'm sure that they were posting on social media.
But how
while
do you
this
find
game-
them? Like usually they would say like at Christina Smith, right? And like during the show.
Well, we just talked about how they were on the screen.
But like, where's
they
the
weren't.
if you are the one email right at the end
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
show
right.
of
I
like,
want
here
that.
you go. This is how you get in touch with these people. That needed to be there, and it was not there.
Maybe it's
Who
like
knows?
a firewalled internet. Maybe they can only talk to each other.
The Great Wall of Britain.
Yeah.
But no, I want the open internet, and I want
Yeah.
the emails on the
Yeah.
screen. I want everything.
But wait, you said they had their phones on them?
Yeah.
No, we're watching the show. They definitely had their phones out at some point.
They
Yeah.
definitely did.
Yeah, remember when that dude texted that girl and he's like, "Hey, let's go and talk over there."
Uh,
Anyway, that was the thing that happened. So they have their phones on the show, which is kind of weird.
That's definitely some like everyone would just be on their phones the whole time and not like mingling and chatting. Like we saw them doing that. We
Yeah.
rarely
Yeah.
saw them on their phone. Like that
Right.
one instance.
Yeah.
Maybe that was phone time.
phone.
I think it could have been set up or something weird too.
How much phone time a day do you think they get?
Like an hour.
I think that seems like reasonable. Like get your fill.
So in your hour of phone time, they're texting each other. Is that what's going on?
They had to do some sort of Mission Impossible setup.
Yeah.
There was Mission Impossible music during this show.
Well, let's get to that a little later. Let me intro
All right, intro.
the
for us.
5 women on the show.
Okay.
We've
Give it.
got Zara. She's the model. She was Miss Great Britain.
Miss Great Britain.
There's Kara, the circus performer.
She has
Olivia,
a snake.
Yeah, a big snake.
Olivia, the salesperson. Malin, the stewardess. Sophie, the model. Those are the 5 women on the show.
Sophie is old.
Sophie is the 30-year-old, the typical Geordie girl.
Oh yeah, she was also the Geordie girl.
Yeah.
Harrison, what's a Geordie girl?
I have no idea what that means. All I know is that Geordie Shore is a show on MTV that is the British version of Jersey Shore.
Are you saying there's an MTV show we haven't done in this podcast?
Somehow we haven't done Geordie Shore yet, but we're gonna have to do it.
There's
at some point.
some sort of MTV backlog we haven't gotten to.
As soon as Love Month is over, I'm guessing we're doing GeordieOre. That's the
One
only thing I'm sure.
of the current prominent challenge competitors is from Geordie Shore. So,
Oh.
you know.
Then
It reminds me of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Like it all just connects.
really is.
They show up in different places.
Really is.
then we have the guys. So we've got Tom. He's the Channing Tatum of South Wales.
Oh yes.
And as he picks Sophie when he gets to pick.
What do you think it means to be the Channing Tatum of South Wales? Do you think it just means like you look like Channing Tatum, or that you're like a great actor, or like that?
He's just
What do you think it is?
he looks like Channing Tatum.
It's definitely not that you're a great actor. I'm putting that out there.
He kind of looked like him.
just-
And the guy's very big and strong. Like,
So is there a Channing Tatum of overall Wales that this guy is not as good as? He's only the Channing
Yeah,
Tatum.
Why
of
is this
South
guy's
Wales?
scope so small?
There's a dude up in North Wales. It looks exactly like Channing Tatum.
I mean, South Wales probably isn't small.
South Wales is pretty small.
Is it?
probably like 500,000 people, maybe something like that. If I had to guess.
That's just his hood. I don't know. He doesn't really look like Channing Tatum, so I'm very confused.
know.
After Tom, we've got Nathan. He's a carpenter. He picked Kara.
Mm.
I don't have anything written down about him.
Moving on.
Then we've got
Wait. Tom was the guy from Essex, the funny guy,
No.
the gift of gab.
Tom is the Channing Tatum of South Wales.
Oh,
Oh,
Tom,
right.
sorry.
Tom is the one with Sophie.
I got it. My bad.
Then we have Ricard, the personal trainer.
Ride card.
Rykard.
Ricard.
Right.
If you took Riker and Picard from Star Trek and
Rykard.
made them one person, you'd get Rykard.
He's a personal trainer. He picked Zara, but ended up with Malin.
Whoa, how'd that happen?
We have
Some white elephant shit.
Scott comes in later and picks Zara.
His hair reminds me of Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Rykard gave me a Patrick Mahomes vibe.
Which
Yeah.
era Justin Timberlake you thinking about?
Ramen hair. Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake.
It's ramen hair. Yeah.
Okay.
What are the other eras of Justin Timberlake are we talking about?
There's weird Super Bowl Justin Timberlake.
You mean
There's-
Man of the Woods Justin Timberlake?
Sure, yeah. There's the one in the suit Justin Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Timberlake's been in 2 Super Bowls. You know that, right?
The weird one. I
The
specified
Janet-
the
I
weird
mean,
one.
they were both weird in different ways.
Is the weird one the Janet Jackson one?
See, Max is not talking about the Janet Jackson
What?
one,
How
but
can that
that
not
is
be-
also weird.
That's like the epitome of like odd Super Bowl, or just like any Super Bowl halftime show. Like that's like the biggest one.
Most famous.
Yeah, that's not weird. That's normal.
Sexual assault is normal. Max Wittek.
Oh, no.
All right.
First off, wardrobe malfunction. Second of all, no.
Then we've got Javi, the surveyor.
Oh, Javi.
Oh boy.
He picked Olivia, but he ended up single, which we will get to. Javi was the one with the really big tongue.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
That tongue's
unusually.
fucking
Oh, I
weird.
forgot that was Javi.
looked-
Oh, man.
It looked fake. His tongue was so large. It looked fake.
Yeah, it's not really long. It was wide.
It's
It
so
was a very
wide.
wide tongue.
Yeah.
like imagine as wide as you can open your mouth, your entire tongue fitting the width of that.
Is that his real tongue?
It didn't look real. I mean,
Is that some sort of plastic surgery you can get to make your tongue wider?
tongue enhancement surgery.
Do you think his
Could
tongue
be.
fits in his teeth?
Not comfortably. It's definitely
Like-
it's definitely curling up on the edges to fit in there.
Yeah.
There's no chance
Man.
it fits
And it
comfortably.
just has a really big mouth too, so it's like it's insane. I'm assuming you're going to see a photo of this if you're listening to the pod.
Just look at your phone at the album art that you've been wondering about for the last 20 minutes.
And then Daniel is the wrinkle that they add, the sixth guy. He's a model, and he picks Olivia, which ends up making Javi single. And it's
Damn.
important that he's single because the end of the next day's episode, the girls get to pick a guy, and if you're not picked, you're off. You're out of the show. You're off the island, the villa, or wherever the hell we want to say this thing.
Sure.
The villa.
There's a survival aspect of it. Or
Yeah.
what's that game with the chairs? Musical chairs.
Yes.
Very good, Max.
So I've watched like 4 hours of BIP, and I was
Ooh,
told
wow.
that this is how it works in BIP, but I did not see how people got kicked off of BIP.
So I missed our podcast on BIP, but I've seen parts of BIP at home when my wife was watching it, and I saw multiple people kicked off. So I had a much better BIP experience than you did.
Yeah. I don't know how BIP works, so like you could say this is like BIP,
I'll
but at
give
least
you
there's no wedding, there's no sexual assault shutting this down.
No Chris
There's
Harrison.
no Chris Harrison, there's no bartender. There's just these people trying to bang and like
So
For-
this is mine. Oh, go ahead, Harrison.
For a second, I thought that they were going to make the guy who ended up single there just the bartender for the rest of the show. It's like, now you're the bartender.
That'd be great.
So this is how I understand BIP works: is they have like equal guys, equal women. Then they throw in a couple extra guys, and then the women pick who they're coupled up with, and the guys who aren't picked are gone. Then they bring a couple extra women. And then a couple days later, the guys pick who they're with, and the women who aren't picked are gone.
This is pretty much how it works on this show too. The first week they
Yeah.
introduce a guy and a girl, but then they keep flip flopping like the uneven numbers.
So like based on that, I think the way that this works is like the girls will pick who they want to stay with. There's one guy who's left out. Maybe it's Javi. It's going to be Javi. And then when Javi's gone, they bring in another woman, and now it's flipped. The guys pick who they're with, and the women gets mixed up. And so the season of BIP that I kind of saw, they got to a point where everyone was just coupled up, and they brought in more guys, they brought in more women, and they just kept getting kicked off because everyone was coupled up. And Chris Harrison walked in and be like, guess what? You're leaving Paradise tomorrow. The season's done.
Wow.
So on Love Island, there's always 5 couples.
they're just introducing another couple tomorrow.
Let's just say they play fast and loose with the rules pretty often.
Got it.
It's not as structured as BIP.
But like at the end of the season, is it already narrowed down to like a couple, like one couple versus another couple, or like multiple couples and the public votes?
So they keep it to like roughly 5-ish, maybe 6 couples until like the last couple of weeks. Then they'll kick off 1 and then 2, and then like sort of when it's Britain votes, there will be like sort of 3 couples standing.
Got it. That's cool.
So after all these people got introduced, the show took a huge nosedive.
Oh yeah.
Like it was like interesting to get to know it, like see these people and force them to pick. Like this whole picking ceremony was I liked, but then this whole like drama thing I just didn't understand. It just wasn't compelling. Like we don't even have anything to talk about really.
And there's one minutia I just want to back up on. All the women came in riding in a open top Jeep with them standing in the back like your head's out of a limo. And the guys just walked in through a door.
Well, the guys might have also come in on Jeeps. We didn't see the guys get driven up. We
Correct.
just saw them walk into the back.
Correct.
The women, they made a point of showing them drive up to the house and then walk to the back.
Yes. And they all come out in bathing suits.
Oh yeah.
All the women come out in, let's just say, fashionable swimwear, and the guys came out in fashionable swimwear as well.
Not all of them.
There's one guy in shorts or something.
Yeah, no, there's one guy, like
But
the guy
says-
that was least toned came out in shorts.
They make them stand in the pool as they pair off because you got to have your swimsuit ready for the pool.
just in case.
So, Chris, I would like to sort of dig into how uneventful this episode was and why perhaps that might be. This show is aired every fucking day. It's like what is it like? Big Brother?
Yeah.
So the right way to watch the show is you skip Monday through Friday. Every Saturday they have an hour-long episode that summarizes that week, which means you get all the highlights. So when I say I watched season 1, I watched episode 1 through episode 6. Then I realized, every 5th episode is like a good episode that summarizes the whole week. Let me just watch those. And it was the right way to watch the show.
Interesting. So we watched an episode that was not a summary episode.
No, it was like 1.5 days.
I think I could do the show on summary speed.
Yeah, yeah.
This is true. So we watched the show on Hulu. There's 4 seasons on Hulu, and it was like season 2, 48 episodes. I was like, what?
What is this?
And then they said, yeah, this is a 6-week thing. I'm like, how did they get 48 episodes in 6 weeks? What's going on in the
Right.
show?
It's definitely like Big Brother. It's just on every day because it's live, so there's audience participation and stuff. But it's crazy.
I wonder what the ratings are for this.
People love this show.
It's insane. Every day though,
I can't imagine watching it every day.
there's like Big Brother's on like 4 times a week or something. Not every day.
something crazy.
In UK, it might be every day. Big Brother's huge in UK.
It could be. So is this just like so Love Island and BIP are the same show. But are they
Basically.
copying some other show? They have to be copying some other show. Like what's the first implementation of this?
What
The
I will
OG?
say is this is a reboot of a 2005 show that was called Love Island.
Oh.
I don't know if it was the same format or not.
We need the big tree of reality shows.
Big tree of
Figure out which show came first.
Leader reality show historian.
Yeah. Some sort of internet corner maybe.
I was talking at work with somebody, and somebody was like, "There should be like a Judge Judy show, but you could vote in as the audience as like, have I got a show for you?
Oh,
2 episodes for you.
2 episodes.
Wait,
You the
it's
jury.
a judge show, and the audience votes in. Sounds like you, the jury.
Yeah. I am the reality historian.
You are it. So I have a couple. I have like a couple minutia things. There's an announcer that is really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's great.
He's like he brings in these quips and kind of sets up scenes that we see.
He's extremely Scottish.
So time out. So we watched, and at some point someone said we got to turn on the closed captions, and I was like, "Why do you turn on closed captions?" And it became clear soon after that their accents on this show are pretty nuts. And if you don't have the closed captions on, we are not going to know what's going on in the show. But the announcer had a name in the closed caption. Like, it didn't say narrator. It had a what was his name?
I don't know.
It's like Glenn or something.
It was
I don't know.
Glenn. Yeah.
It's not Glenn, but it's something.
But like they didn't give him a name on the show. It's only if you watch the captions you saw his
Yeah.
name, which I thought was very strange.
he in later episodes, like you see him on screen with Carolyn Flack.
Oh, he's on screen with the
Wow.
other host. Why was he on screen in this episode?
I don't know.
got
Like-
shit to do.
Man,
He's ugly. You can only have beautiful people on Love Island.
the Wizard of Oz comes out of his shell.
On that note, there was a host that did the whole like intro ceremony,
Yeah.
but like then disappeared.
She shows up once a week at the like when new people join and leave the house and voting stuff, and she does some like interviews.
So she's the Chris Harrison.
She's Chris Harrison.
So, what other kind of stuff are they doing in this house? Are they just hang out in the house? Are there dates that they go on? Like, is there anything like that?
Are there
happening?
challenges? Are they like, jumping from cars? Like, what's
Challenges.
going on?
So basically, they just throw a bunch of random shit at them sometimes. I want to start getting into the craziness of this show.
Get into it. Give it to us.
All right.
Bring it.
One thing. I'm not gonna. Nobody here is gonna watch the rest of season 2, are they?
No.
Definitely not.
Spoiler alert.
All right. One of the girls that we've met today, it is revealed is bi. So there's
Ooh.
a week where she couples up with another girl, and more guys leave than were supposed to.
Oh.
So like they're playing fast and loose with the rules. There's another thing in season 3 called Casa Amor, which is just like halfway through the season, they say, "Hey guys, we're going on a trip to the villa," and the guys are like, "Cool, yeah, let's go." This happens pretty often in the other seasons. So the guys just pile in a car. The van pulls out of the driveway, drives about 2 blocks, and then pulls into a driveway. It's an alternate house with 5 completely new girls, and they're like, "What do you say, guys? Do you want to live here?"
Some kind of redemption house?
What?
It's just like, "Do you want to abandon?"
Did they abandon the other girls?
I don't know.
That's
cool.
crazy.
So wait, which one is the bi girl?
No, with the important question.
The 30-year-old.
The 30-year-old.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Sophie.
Oh.
Sophie was really infatuated with Tom in this episode.
Yeah.
Tom, a.k.a. the
Thomas
Channing Tatum of South Wales.
Thomas the Tank.
He's also Thomas the Tank Engine.
So how does that theme song go?
No idea.
Moving on.
Moving on.
They sang it in the show for those of you.
Ask
who,
Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
What?
Ringo Starr, not only he probably composed that
He
theme
made
song,
that.
but he's also the voice of the guy.
The original, I think they've moved on and had other
Well,
people
yeah,
do
yeah.
it.
Fascinating.
The
Yeah,
conductor.
one of the parts of the show I really liked was the
Yeah,
couple
the
from
connection.
Essex. Their banter was top notch.
So who are they?
Somebody and
The fire performer, the circus performer, and the
In the fast talk.
Cara?
fast talking guy, the guy who
Yeah.
could sell snow to an Eskimo.
Nathan and Kara.
Nathan and Carr. Yeah, like their banter was just spot on. I want to go travel to Essex and see how these people talk all day. No,
Where is
what do they sound
Essex?
like?
England's.
Oh,
Thanks, Max.
Oh,
I
man.
want to say it's
Uh,
a coastal city. Let me
Yeah, it's
check.
England's.
What's the U.S. equivalent of I'm heading to Essex?
I honestly have no cultural touchstone to any of this.
Damn, Max, I was counting on you for this.
There was a brief period where like I sort of started researching all of this during season 1, and
I mean, that's what I was counting on.
Yeah.
And where is this?
all I can tell you is the accent when you're from Essex, I think, is called Scouse.
Scouse.
All right, so Essex is like the city or state northeast of London.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a county or a state or something. It's hard to tell. Yeah.
So it's like the Jersey Shore of Britain, is that right?
Oh yeah.
No,
that's Geordie Shore.
It's
I
like
don't-
Staten Island.
I don't
it's
know.
Like Staten Island. Okay.
It's like Boston.
I'll ask
Anyway.
my British cousin.
Yeah. Is there really? There's some drama around Javi.
Let's talk about Javi.
Javi is the single one, so he has to play some sort of game with somebody that's in a relationship or like paired off already.
So did we talk about like the shenanigans of like how this happened when they picked all the couples? There's basically this white elephant type process.
Give us the shenanigans.
Okay, so there's basically this white elephant type of process that happened at the beginning of this whole thing, where there's all the girls that are lined up, and then these guys walk in, and
So line up in the pool.
life in the pool is
They all have a heart in front of them.
As Rob briefly mentioned earlier, the girls see the guy walk in. If they're interested in that guy, then they're able to step forward to kind of declare their intent there, and then the guy gets to pick any of the girls from the 5, even the ones that have not stepped forward, and even if they've previously been picked by another guy. So the last dude that rolls in, this Daniel guy, rolls in when all 5 couples are coupled up, and he takes Javi's girl, and now Javi's on the bench trying to get back in.
So Malin, one of the women, just stepping forward for every single guy.
Yeah.
When she's single and then someone picks her, and she just keeps stepping forward. She's just out there.
Yeah, she's stepping. The only one she didn't step forward for is the guy that she ended up with.
Basically.
Mm.
It's tough.
Yeah, tough spot.
Sucks to suck.
So what do you
and
think?
and then she had to sleep in the same bed with him that night.
So what do you think the move? Like, if you're the women, these guys coming in, do you step forward? Do you not step forward? Is the smart move just not step forward? Because like, you get paired with a guy, but now you have the power afterwards to just totally pick a different guy anyway.
Based on Max's description of the show, it seems like you're constantly playing fast and loose. So
Yeah.
I think if you're on season 1, you don't really know what's going to happen. You're probably playing a little more conservative. Season 2, you saw season 1. You know that things are going to change every week, so you're watching out for yourself.
I think you think this person's attractive and you want to get to know them, and like I think you just go based on attraction if you stay forward or not.
I think you go on who do you think finds you most attractive?
But you don't know that.
I don't know. Yeah, well, you got to figure that out, right? Because ultimately, it's like the couple that has like the best connection, I guess, that Britain
But
votes
you
for.
have the power the next time. So like you have the first power here. You get to pick to see who goes home the next time. Like
I don't think you can game it.
depends what you're there for, Noah. If you're there to find love,
Find
you're there for the
love.
perfect match, are you there to win? Like
I try to find love on my TV.
gotta.
So Max,
Hey.
the couple that won the first season, did anything define them?
They were extremely Essexy.
Oh,
Wow.
do you think that's why they won?
I don't know. They were also like together from the start. Like
Oh,
he picked her, and they were just like a couple through and through. And you know they were personable and a little fucking crazy. Yeah.
So in the first night here, there was some snogging going on, but there was no banging. Was there any banging in season 1 on the first night?
Oh, first night probably not.
How does the banging work when there's 6 beds in one room?
So A, there's 2 secret beds in the house,
Oh.
and B, sometimes people just don't give a shit.
Is there like a people hear banging and then start banging themselves? Is there like a
Some sort of like no.
it just doesn't happen? I feel like yeah, it could
Infectious disease? No.
Nah.
infectious banging.
reality, that doesn't seem that difficult. Like, if you really want to, and everyone's sleeping, just go down to the kitchen, go to the bathroom. They had a bed outside by the pool.
Yeah.
You know, like there's opportunity.
I'm sure there's opportunity. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, but like I think there's a lot of options before you do it in the public bedroom.
I didn't say
Didn't
there
stop people from doing it.
Sure, sure.
I mean, we've seen on the challenge people banging all the time in these rooms with like 10 people sleeping in them, so it'll happen.
And they have bunk beds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Awkward.
a little bit.
Anyone got any other minutia for this show? Should we just go to ratings?
I think we can keep it nice and tight and go
Would
to ratings.
this show be better or worse if it was hosted by Mark L. Wahlberg?
Worse.
Worse.
Definitely better.
Worse.
I like Carolyn Flack.
She seems fine, but I just think his like Mark Wahlberg Boston accent and like attitude in the beginning, that'd be pretty funny.
Well,
Oh, Noah. We're not talking about Mark Wahlberg. We're talking about Mark L. Wahlberg.
What the?
Chris Harrison,
the host
part
of
2.
Temptation
No,
Island.
you haven't caught up. You
Yeah,
gotta
no, I
you
have-
gotta just go tap out on
Mark
this one.
L. Wahlberg is the host of Temptation Island, who looks exactly like Chris Harrison.
And predates Chris Harrison.
Thank you for the tag team tap out, Rob. I will accept that.
There you go.
Because Mark Wahlberg would never host a reality show.
Would this reality show be better if it was hosted by actual Mark Wahlberg?
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
First time I heard a middle initial be of so much use. Oh, pay attention
It's a
more.
key
often.
middle initial.
You got your George Bush, you got your George W. Bush, you got your Mark
I
Wahlberg,
think-
Mark L. Wahlberg.
I gotta say, I think George Bush and George W. Bush is a more meaningful middle initial than Mark Wahlberg and Mark L. Wahlberg. I'm just putting that out there.
David S. Pumpkins.
So Max, what do you think the like main appeal of this show? Because like I feel like I've heard a lot about this show as being, oh, this is this crazy show you got to watch, and I watched an episode and I'm like, I don't get it.
I agree. I think I'm going to go watch the next summary episode and sort of see what happens and see if it's worth coming back to. I watched season 1 and it wasn't incredible, but it was enjoyable. It was a good tuning your minds out show.
But like, is the main appeal just see like who gets picked and who sticks around, or is it see like the drama that happens to go on,
Not the drama. I do like how they fuck with the people in the house. It's always something
so
new.
the producers
different.
just messing with the people in the house?
Yes.
Is that the appeal?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a lot of that this episode.
And they
other
also
than Daniel stealing someone's girl.
Yeah. They definitely not much in this episode. And they do a couple of like fun little like sort of challenge-ish type things. I don't have any examples off the top of my head, but
Max, need an example. What were you doing?
Fuck. There's one in season 1 where I don't remember the specifics. Let's just move on to ratings.
All right. Bottom third. The show is, from what I could tell, is all about the drama between these couples, and it's the worst. I can't. It was so boring. It was like I just couldn't pay attention to any of it. Bottom third. Harrison, what do you got for me?
Oh boy. I'm curious to watch one of these summary episodes. I don't feel like a ton happened. I liked a lot of the characters, the people on it. I thought had have the potential to be interesting. But man, I don't know if I can. I mean, it's either going to be bottom of the middle or top of the bottom. It's right on the edge there. I think I might have to go top of the bottom with this one. Yeah, I don't know. It's I've seen a lot of other love style shows recently that I've liked a lot better. Are You the One, Temptation Island, I would say are well beyond this. Yeah, well, bottom third.
Noah, what do you got for us?
I'm putting this in the middle of the middle. I actually like this more than the rest of the crew. The fact that I think this drags on would get very frustrating, so I do like the summary episodes. But the one thing I liked about it that I really dislike about reality shows general is how the reality shows usually have these like recaps from commercial break to commercial break, which it just really bugs me. And this show just kept moving on.
Yep.
And so I really like that fact that it just keeps going. So that's why I put it in the middle of the middle.
I don't agree with you. That's not a good reason. Rob, what do you got for us?
I'm actually kind of on a Noah's side on this one. I'm gonna put in the middle. Like, I think there was kind of a lack of depth and sort of like what's really kind of like going on, what's really drawn me in. But there's also just like it was pretty efficient and sort of like this is the kind of show it is, and it didn't do a lot of reality editing stuff, which we like. And I was kind of interested in kind of just seeing like where's this going and what's going on next. And I feel like more episodes would get more crazy. So I feel like it's going to go in the middle, even though it definitely left me lacking a little bit that I was expecting more out of the show.
Max, what do you got for us?
Middle third, top of the middle. Season 1 not perfect, but kept me drawn in. I think I really like shows from other countries because like there's just cultural differences, like calling girls birds and calling guys geezers, which they do a lot of. That I enjoy it.
I do love other country shows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We don't do enough other country shows.
UK month.
Australia month.
Yes.
Did you know there's a Geordie Shore Australia?
What?
Wait.
Is there a Geordie Shore in Australia?
No, there is not.
Wait, is
That's
it
like saying Jersey Shore Australia.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it made after the Geordie Shore, just made after Jersey Shore, or is it made after Jersey Shore?
Geordie Shore.
It's called Geordie
Shore.
Shore Australia.
Okay. Yeah. Man.
Commonwealth month.
Oh, we could throw in some Canada's worst something too.
Yeah. I think we've done all of it. But yeah, okay.
The British Empire.
So I have a update. For
Oh,
Ooh.
Chris,
Oh man.
I love this update.
some sort of Lindsay Lohan's beach update.
What?
oh yeah.
Are you going on the show?
No, I'm not going on the show.
Oh, if you were going on
But-
the show, that'd be so great.
One of Challenge competitor is now on Lindsay Lohan's show.
Is that true?
It's
That's
absolutely true.
Who's on it?
Cara.
No,
Or is it
Kayla.
Kayla? That's it.
Kayla is now working at the beach house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Is that Crazy Kayla or is that different Kayla?
that's Kaylee.
Oh, it's
Wow,
Kaylee.
I know way too much about MTV and I hate
Kay-
myself.
Fair judgment. I really just to claim it, this is MCU.
It really is.
MTV Cinematic Universe.
Kayla is not on the season of the challenge, so I guess she's got to find something to do.
Yeah,
Speaking of the challenge,
new challenge.
We're only one episode in, but it's looking good so far.
is it a quadrilogy?
It might be the start of a new quadrilogy.
Oh, it's a new quadrilogy.
It's too,
Wow.
it's too early to tell.
They have not mentioned the word illogy.
They have not said anything about a trilogy or a quadrilogy.
This is a new start.
They're definitely pitching the season with more of like a hardcore tone to it. It seems like there's kind of like, oh, it's gonna be like a tough season, whatever.
It's basically a new fresh meat season.
Right. There are a lot of new people. It's half veterans, half totally new people. So
and they team them up with each other, which is nice.
yeah, one vet, one new person.
You get a lot of Mad Max kind of vibes from this.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
It's in the desert.
Like OG Mad Max or Fury Road Mad Max?
It's not in
Fury-
black and white, so
Fury Road wasn't in black and
the
white.
the correct cut of it was.
Yeah. Well, most people didn't see that cut. More Fury Road, I think, than anything. Maybe a little Thunderdome.
Some Thunderdome would be pretty good.
Ooh.
So 2 years ago, I watched a season of Are You the One?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I heard this was a feeder system for the challenge.
Yeah.
And now it's been like multiple season challenge. No one from that season is on the challenge.
They have not been taking people from Are You the One for a while. I'm not sure why they decided to stop pulling people from there, but there are a lot of UK people on this season. They're definitely brought some more Big Brother people in. There's like the guy who won Big Brother US last season is in it.
Is Meta World Peace on now?
Meta World Peace is not in it yet. Neither is
Rob.
the Mooch.
You do know somebody on the season of the challenge that is new.
Johnny Bananas?
No, that's new.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Who is it?
Some sort of, I believe his name is Bear. Was that his name? The guy from X on the Beach UK.
He was also on the British Tattoo of Us. Did you watch that with us?
Did
I
you
did
wa-
not watch that with you.
Man,
That was
That for who put this on, listeners that have been following along. We watched X on the Beach UK. There was a couple people from that show on the season of
So
the
I
challenge.
remember
Couple
Crazy
of those
Kaylee.
people.
Is Crazy Kaylee back?
no.
She's not on this season.
That's my
Uh,
X on the Beach UK ride or die.
Yeah.
Uh,
We do have Gus from Floribama Shore.
Oh, yeah.
Another Who Put This On special there.
Yeah.
He almost got eliminated immediately
almost.
and then didn't.
Is there an MTV feeder show for this season that we didn't do?
I don't know. I
we
mean,
we haven't done regular Big Brother.
It's not an MTV feeder
yeah,
show.
Yeah, no, it's
They've
a
started
feeder show
pulling
this.
from the expanded reality universe.
Oh man.
for sure.
One thing about Gus is so the newbies get to pick the veterans, and it's down to two girls that Gus can pick. And he's like sort of going on talking about who he's going to pick, and he says, "I watch a lot of MTV. I know she's a winner. I pick whoever I pick." And it's like, cool. He watches the challenge. Great.
I
What a
mean,
guy.
If you haven't watched like most of the recent seasons of the challenge, you're going to go on that show. You're dumb. Like,
You got to watch
know.
the trilogy,
Yeah.
right?
You have to at least watch the trilogy.
Do you?
I mean, if you want to know what's going on with all the different relationships in the strategy,
Well, you
of the
got to
game,
follow them all on Instagram and on Twitter too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the recent beef.
Yeah,
You got to prepare yourself.
the guy who was the winner of Big Brother this past season, got eliminated in the show. Like he came in last in the first challenge and got tossed out of it. and then something happened where somebody got injured or something.
So they pulled him back in.
and then there's like, oh, just kidding, Big Brother guy's back in. So
Also, there is a guy from Turkey named Turbo.
Turbo, yeah, Turbo.
Turbo, man.
It's turbo time.
If he doesn't say that, I mean,
Jamie.
JB.
All right.
Is
Uh,
that it?
and it's on Wednesday nights now, so which is
Which
a
is
pod
right
night.
now.
So it's we might be giving some delayed challenge updates here.
/ Harrison, what you doing later?
Oh man, maybe watching the challenge.
What else are people watching?
I got a non kind of watching update, but important update.
Hit me.
That last pod I was on, we did tidying up, and I have redone my t-shirt drawer.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I now doing the vertical folds, and it's great.
Oh, you Marie Kondo those T-shirts.
I'm very kind of those t-shirts. But then, unexpected thing was I very kind of the t-shirts. I was like, I can't fit as many t-shirts in now because I can't like, just stack them up.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, this is kind of not good. And I realized like I just get rid of the ones that aren't sparking joy, and I
There
got
you
rid of some
go.
t-shirts.
Congrats.
Oh,
Wow.
you
So
sparked them on fire.
I think I gotta do it to more drawers. But so far it's just the t-shirt drawer. But I'm in on that. So.
You're on the path.
So does that mean you watched episode 1?
So I watched a YouTube video of Marie Kondo showing you how to fold t-shirts
Okay.
rather than watch all of episode 1. So like I put it in the middle third, and I feel like the middle third is actually the right choice because like I've thought about watching more, but not because I think the show is good, but because I'm just like I just want to get more tips. I feel like the middle third is the right answer there.
Gotta get the tips.
But I also tried folding a fitted sheet the way Marie Kondo did, and it actually worked out pretty good.
Okay.
Wow.
Did
Not
you-
as well as it worked for her, but like I was satisfied. So like I think I was more impressed than I was when she first did it. Where I'm like that wouldn't work. So
Did you also watch a YouTube video for that too?
no, I just did it.
Okay.
But like I just put it on the kitchen floor and started folding it in different parts, and it worked out.
All right.
As a follow up, we looked up how many KonMari experts are there, consultants. There's about 50 KonMari consultants. You get certified.
Are you gonna get certified?
There's only 2 males. 2. It's a niche market.
It's an opportunity for you, Noah.
It really is.
What, so
Do you
what,
think it
what
is?
what? Noah, when you sent this message, and I wanted to ask you, what do you mean by that? Like, are you trying to get into this market because they're gonna hire? You think people are gonna hire men to Marie Kondo their place?
So there are consultants. Like you go to her training thing,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
And then people with a lot of money hire you to organize the stuff they buy with all that money.
So, but you think that there's a special market
Some kind
for
of
men
an unmet need.
to do this and not women?
Likely, because I think people are going to interview several, and so they're going to see, oh wow, there's like one guy, and it's just like different personalities. What do you mesh with? And I just think that you'll be in more of the like interview stage, just because you can bring a different set of tricks.
So I thought you sent this because I thought you were gonna try to like meet women while you were getting this certificate.
Oh.
No.
It was really what I
No.
thought, and I was like,
Wow, no.
but I just never thought that you thought there was like a specific market for men to do this.
Yeah, no, I thought it was like a business opportunity.
Okay. I was just very confused.
Not like Tinder.
I didn't say it was. Yeah. So like, in order to be a consultant, you have to like go to read all her books. You have to
Oh,
go to
yeah.
like some sort of seminar, and then you have to do your own house. You have to do like, and then
Yeah.
as you go up the ladder, you doing more and more houses.
Basically,
This is basically like the big racket of the whole KonMari thing. I think is this whole certification thing, because like they're charging like $10,000 for some of these people to get like certified. I think to be these consultants.
I'm sure it's a decent clip, but what's unclear if anyone's proven out a successful business on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, because they definitely have stats on the website that's like this person has cleaned 25,000 homes or whatever, but
I don't
Right,
think
yeah.
anyone's that high.
Do you think
maybe
like
not that many.
the
But
final tests for your certification is like they just give you the shittiest possible home and you got to make it amazing?
They make you fold a folded sheet.
They give you a
So-
home with a deadbeat musician in it. You gotta.
I would
it
love to
shows-
watch Harrison. A while back on the pod, you brought up Som,
Oh yeah,
which is about the final test to become like a sommelier.
so good.
They should do that, but for Marie Kondo.
I
They
just
really should.
I just don't think that it doesn't seem like a racket to me at all. Like I
No?
don't understand.
Yeah,
It's just Marie Kondo's running a business.
sure,
And
sure,
she's
sure.
just, this is a business.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
Another fact we looked up: she's worth $8 billion.
Billion?
Billion,
Damn.
breaking it.
For
Yeah.
what?
It's because she gets a cut of every time all these people clean these houses and all these book sales and all these seminars and
Yeah,
Netflix show.
It's
and
definitely
So
more
much
than
money.
book sales and the Netflix show.
Yeah.
Like the certification is what's doing it.
it's got to be.
There's not
right?
even that many people
no, there's not that many.
certified.
Yeah, I actually don't know where the money's coming
There's
from.
enough.
She's probably old money.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, Marie Kondo.
It's one last Marie
Marie.
Kondo thing. So watch the YouTube video on how to fold T-shirts. She's like, "You also fold socks wrong. You should just fold them so they stand up vertical too."
What?
And I've not gone there. I'm like, that's too crazy. I can't handle that. But
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll
I-
see.
I've done my t-shirts. I've done some of my pants. I'm not doing socks.
Well, all my pants hang, so I don't need to fold my pants.
Mm.
The one I'm thinking about is sweatshirts and sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
Could I
Max.
do that vertical?
I thought you didn't fold your clothes.
Basically, my mom was visiting, and I wanted to, not have
So
her living in a.
When your
pigsty.
mom was visiting, did you still have your couch of clothes?
No,
as you
hell no.
you proudly talked about
I'm not
when
an
we did the
insane
Mary Kondo
person.
podcast.
I'm not an insane person.
I
If I have somebody coming over, I'm cleaning that bitch up, or I'm covering it with a sheet.
I mean, you definitely had Harrison and Annabeth come over to watch Temptation Island, and you definitely didn't cover it up. Is what I was told on the podcast.
That is probably true. Yes.
I've seen
I
this
was-
clothes pile before.
So Harrison, I got news for you. You're not as important to Max as his mom.
Sorry.
Oh
You know.
man, that's
Wha-
tough, Max.
Your mom just could have folded them for you.
What a nice treat.
I'm an old man. I don't need my mom to fold my clothes.
Thanks for flying 5 hours cross country.
Maybe you do.
Quick question though. So, if you have a butler who
Net worth 8 million, not 8 billion, you idiot.
Thank you. Good check.
Oh,
Oh,
man, that's so
man.
different.
It's a big shift, Noah.
I'm gonna look at
Like holy shit, these consultants
I'm
are
gonna-
really paying off.
I'm gonna go into challenge corner like when the pod's over because I think I could have sworn it.
Okay.
Anyway,
2019 from AOL Finance.
no, 8 million sounds much more realistic.
yes, it does. Noah.
No, I don't disagree.
Why did you say 8 billion?
No, because I looked up on some website as well, but that's on a side. So you have a butler. They fold
Butler.
your clothes.
Their
Do you
name is
tell them-
Alfred.
I
Yeah.
do?
Do you tell them do everything Marie Kondo style, or just do whatever? Like, but my clothes got to be clean.
Well, is this butler also getting your clothes out of your drawers and setting them up for you every day, or
Yeah.
are you having to get your clothes out of your drawers yourself?
You can choose.
Because if the butler's getting them out of the drawers, he can use whatever system he wants to.
Yeah.
But if I'm getting them out of the drawers, then it's whatever I prefer.
If you have a butler, you have enough money to have a walk-in closet that can have like any number of setups you want.
I assume you're getting your clothes yourself because there's probably too many just-in-time situations. You need to change your clothes that the butler's not going to put it out for you. So assume you're getting your own clothes.
Or you get a better butler.
Who literally just stands with you by you all the time.
He just knows your schedule. What, like, oh, just in time, you need to get some clothes. He's ready. Unless you're like peeing your pants all the time, and then the butler's not going to help you. But you've got other problems.
I mean, I don't think I'm that organized that I know exactly when I'm going to change clothing. You know, you come home and like sometimes you know.
You also don't have a butler.
No, I got news for you.
Yeah.
The times I change my clothing are very structured and similar day by day.
Really?
They don't really vary a lot per day.
Wow, I change my clothes so frequently in different times of the day.
No likes to keep it fresh throughout
Tell
the
me
day.
more. Tell me more, Noah.
Well, because you come home from work, right? So then you get on your like apartment clothes or
Okay.
your house clothes, right?
So you come home from work at a similar time every day, and the butler can have those clothes ready for you.
yeah, they can have it ready, you know. But like sometimes it's like
You go to the
you're
gym.
warmer, so it's like gym shorts and like a t-shirt. Something it's warmer, so it's like maybe like a sweatshirt on top. Sometimes you're your smoker little thing, like. So,
Wait, time out.
Look,
You're-
Noah dresses
you're
on
smoker. What is that? As
I
for
have like a Big
clothing?
Lebowski like sweater thing
When do you wear that?
in the winter.
Butler can figure out it's winter. I'm just putting that out there.
I'm just saying, there's probably like these just points in time, like, oh, I actually want to change my socks before I go out today because my feet were sweating more. Like, the butler's not gonna know that. just in time.
You're right.
Sure.
The butler
He's a
is
good
assuming
butler.
you're a sane person. This is true.
Rob. Some people dress based on mood. Okay, so you can't just pick out what mood Noah's gonna be in.
Right.
Gotta get that mood
Insane
ring, get
or
that mood
non
ring.
regular person. Not sure which one Noah's gonna be.
Which black T-shirt am I gonna take today? Personal choice.
All right. Is that anyone else will talk about anything else?
True Detective is good.
True Detective is very good.
True Detective is great.
Get
gotta watch
fucked,
that.
Chris.
Yeah,
it's
Chris
okay.
was hating, and I think Chris is wrong.
I think it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I just
man.
I just want there to be more clues who it is. Like it's not important who it is, and that's just like why
That's
I'm
not.
watching.
That's not why the show's good.
But that's what I want. That's what the show makes it seem like it's important, and it's not.
But I do think that there are enough clues and things you can speculate on, though. Like,
It just now, like there's definitely like a through line. Like now we're 6 episodes in. There's only 2 episodes
there's
left.
2 episodes
like
left, so you kind of know what's
we
gonna
kind
happen,
of know
but-
now, but like 3
Or-
episodes in, there wasn't really a whole like lot you could go by.
But it's not the kind of show where it's like you're trying to figure out the mystery. It's the kind of show where you're like, how is this crime gonna mess with this detective? It's about the detective. It's not about solving the crime.
But that's not how the show's presented, though. The show is
No, that is how the show's
presented.
presented, and it's great.
Who done it, and it's not like that's not what you're trying to
It's
figure
not
out.
a whodunit show. The show definitely doesn't present itself as a whodunit. The show presents itself as a character study of the detective. 100%.
Chris, watch Sharp Objects because I think it's more up your alley.
Well, I'm gonna finish the season because I'm in, and there's only 2 episodes left, so it's not a big deal. But like that's the show I was expecting and kind of want, and that's why I get disappointed every time I try and watch True Detective. So I'll probably not watch the next season.
Just rewatch Westworld. You're good.
I got to binge on True
I would.
Detective.
I
Like
would
a 1
rewatch
through
as
3.
well.
Have you not seen one?
One's good.
Oh, you got to watch one.
Yeah.
It is not a whodunit.
It's
Okay.
definitely not a
so,
whodunit.
so I've heard. I've been watching a lot of Shark Tank, a pod favorite.
Is
Really
it?
upset though. I think so. We were talking about before.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, we haven't done it on the pod, so I don't know if it can be a pod favorite.
Sure.
Fair. But
we don't know any ratings. Could be
Yeah.
anything.
could be
could
bottom of the bottom. One thing I'm upset though, the content restriction on Shark Tank is kind of frustrating. So they have the latest season on Hulu, but they only have like the 5 most recent episodes of the latest
Yeah.
season, which is kind of garbage. And then like the most recent season after, it's like a year old or something. It's just
Yeah,
garbage.
it's kind of
Trash.
weird. But I did appreciate that on at least 2 or 3 episodes so far this season, they've had Charles Barkley on there as one of the investors.
Yeah.
Which,
What?
Oh yeah.
like him plus Cuban have been great on that show.
How has this not gotten in the queue yet?
I don't know. It's great though.
He is good on it.
It's not for Love Month though. So we
Barkley
gotta-
always wants to get down to business. What are your sales?
What are
How
the
much does it
numbers?
cost to make?
All right. Well, you can find us on Twitter at Who Put This On. You can find us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On. You can email us questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. Please rate us on iTunes. It really helps. And we'll see you guys next time.